got a super action-packed double feature style video today. Got some live trades showing some of the trade possibilities on the Delta and Divergence system. And then in the second half of the video, I'm showing how you can possibly use the same Delta and Divergence system on different time frames and different chart types, like the 15-second chart and the NINZA Rinko chart. So make sure to stick around for the second half, the extra bonus content at the end. Sleeping with the natural rhythms of the earth has allowed me to get up early. Actually up to trade the New York Open. Just looking at the 1-minute chart. We've been getting some more great signals pre-market. Bunch of divergence building up. This previous day VWAP close, this blue dash line, has held very nicely twice now. We pulled back all the way down to the current session VWAP. Had some divergence building up. So we came down to the current session VWAP, had some single bar divergence, wicking right off of VWAP, nice little bounce there. More divergence building up. We had green candles and green background though. Here's a red candle with a transparent background, but we never break lower, no trade. This candle with the triple divergence, single bar divergence, transparent background, rejecting right off of this previous day VWAP close. We got the break lower, we're getting a nice pullback. Just got into a little long bounce off of the VWAP area. We had Delta pulling back. Popped back up to the 20. I just took another bounce long. We had Delta kind of drifting up here. We got a bounce off of this previous day VWAP close. Blue dash line. These are amazing key levels to have on your chart. Part of the ultimate VWAP indicator. Link in the description. I just got another 5 points, taking a bounce off of that line. Just grabbed another 5 points. We had some divergence coming in, so we were coming down to whole number. Got a bounce off of whole number, another 5 points. I'm going for the smaller targets today, just to see how price action is going to unfold this morning. Just grabbed another 5 points. We were coming down towards the pivot point here. I was looking for a potential bounce off the pivot point. Then I saw some single bar divergence happening live in real time as the candle was still forming. So I got in a little bit earlier there, and now we're getting a nice move back up. Positive deltas coming in. Price action is following suit, so no more single bar divergence there. Just been bouncing off of the 20 SMA and VWAP here. No major delta coming in. Just waiting for something exciting to happen. Just bagged another 5 points. We were moving up here, but look at Delta. Delta's just steadily dropping off as we're moving up. Went for a short when I saw this candle turn red intrabar. This is the trend flow, trend and reversal, with an input series of the per bar Delta. We had a bunch of strong Delta coming in. Trend core background turned red. Hopped in on a short there. Still only going for the 5 points. The price action is pretty choppy still. Just grabbed another 5 points. We were coming down here, but look at the Delta candles, the trend flow candles with the Delta as the input. They started turning green. Delta's drying up. Trend core background turned green as well. Got a little bounce trade in there to the upside. Grabbed another 5 points or so. I think I got even a little bit more on that last trade. I'm looking for shorts just because of time of day. It's approaching 10:30. We're below the 250 SMA. Got a lot more negative delta coming in today than we have positive. So when the trend flow candles turned red, hopped into a little short there. Just grabbed about 8 points. The trend core background has been red, and we're getting closer to 10:30, still below the 250 SMA. As we were pushing up a little bit, the trend flow candles were turning red, so I got into a little short there. Should have stayed in a little bit longer, it just dropped quite a bit. Just grabbed another 5 points. Triple divergence right here. Single bar divergence on the same candle. Had to go for a long there. We had Delta drying up here. After I saw this great setup, went long. Up 50 to 60 points per account. Think I might just call it a day there. It's almost 10:30. I appreciate you taking the time to tune in. Anyone that's out there using code MonkeyMan is absolutely amazing. Thanks so much for the support. I've been enjoying copy trading across Take Profit Trader, Apex, TradeDay, and Tradeify. These are all Tradeify accounts, so I can copy trade between all 4 different prop firms. There are links to all the indicators in the description if you're interested in learning more. Quite the mighty bounce after that triple divergence and single bar divergent candle right there. Almost back up to VWAP. So here's the same delta and divergence chart setup on a 15-second chart. This is the price action from this morning during the New York Open on the micro NASDAQ 15-second chart. If you're looking for the exact settings, there's a video linked in the description which has all of the detailed settings that you need to set up a chart like this. These are extra strong divergence signals from multiple different input sources. So here's the first 15-second candle of the New York Open. What I'm looking for is some divergence signals, and then if I'm getting divergence to the downside, I want to have a red trend flow candle, and I want to have a transparent or a red background for the trend core. Here we get some triple divergence 1 minute in. The candle is red, the background is transparent. So now the final step is to look for a break below the low of this trigger candle, which we get on the very next candle. We get a nice little pop down there. Here's our next divergence signals. This is divergence to the upside. So we're looking for a green candle and a transparent or a green background. So right here, the candle is red, the background is red. Not looking for a trade yet, but I've got my senses perked. I'm on the lookout for some potential possible move higher. Here's our next divergence signal. We've got a green trend flow candle, background is still red. Here we've got a green trend flow candle, background is transparent. So I'm looking for a break higher above this candle, which we get right here. We get a nice pullback back up to the 20 SMA. Here's our next divergence signal to the downside, but we have a green candle, green background, more divergence, still green and green. Here we get our first red candle with a transparent background. So I'm looking for a break below the low of this candle, which we get. We get a nice pop down. Next divergence to the downside. We're still green and green. Here we've got some triple divergence, red candle, transparent background. Looking to take a break lower. We make it down to the 20 SMA, bounce off of the 20 SMA, we wick off a VWAP. Here's our next set of divergence signals to the upside. Here we've got some single bar divergence. You can see the white outline of this candle along with the triple divergence. We get a green trend flow candle and green trend core background, looking for the break higher, get a nice pop back up to VWAP, divergence to the downside. The criteria is not met on either of these two divergent bars. More divergence, we're still green, green, green. Here's our red candle with the transparent background. So I'm looking for a break lower. We don't get it for a few candles. Here's a red candle with a red background. So now I'm looking for a break below the low of this candle. Get a nice pullback. Next divergence signals, we're waiting for green or green and transparent. Here we get the break above. That might be our first losing trade of the morning. Next divergence signal, green candle, red background. Two more divergence signals, but we've got red candles, a red background. Here we go. Here's a green candle, green background. Looking for a break higher. We get the break higher. Pull back up to the 250 SMA. This is at 10:04. So within the first 35 minutes of the New York Open, we've had a lot of really great signals and one slightly crappy one. So this is yet another way to use this setup. With the 15-second chart, I would also be looking at higher time frames along with some other key levels. I don't know if you can hear that wind sound, but I'm in a glamping tent setup in a friend's backyard. Just had a big storm roll through. Pretty awesome. Love me some fresh summertime air. Here's the same setup on some NINZA Rinko bars. This is a 55/21 NINZA Rinko bar. Some Fibonacci numbers I threw in there. Here's the market open. We're waiting for some divergence signals. Start getting some divergence signals. We're looking for green with either a transparent background or a green background. Here's the green candle, transparent background. Look for the break higher above this trigger candle. We get the breakout, we pop up 20 points, divergence signal, red candle, transparent background. We take the break lower, we do pop down 12 points, plenty of room to get in a 5 or 10 point scalp. Divergence signals, got some red candles but a green background, transparent background but a green candle still. Here's our first red candle, red background, looking for a break lower. We pop down 30 points, get some more divergence building up. Here's a green candle, green background, taking the break above, pop up over 13 points. Next divergence signals, we're still green on green. Here we've got a red candle, red background, looking for a break lower. Very nice move down. And this is after 10:30 when I'm done trading. So lots of different ways that you can use this chart setup, a lot of different time frames, a lot of different chart types. I always encourage people to play around with the settings and the different chart types and the instruments and find something that works best for you in your own personal trading style and the instruments and the time frames that you trade. There are links to all the MMT indicators in the description, and if you have any questions, please leave a comment below. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.